Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Phxeenix, and today I'm gonna go over how I do my Black Spirit Adventure board. If you guys do find this information useful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to get notified when new videos go live. Okay, let's get started on our very first Black Spirit Adventure board, and the first thing that I'm gonna wanna do over here is use my double threes to get to my double twos. If you don't have double threes, you can go ahead and use any combination of Arcana cards or a +6 Arcana to get those double twos, as they will be very important and you will use them on the very next board. After that, I will continue to roll freely, but as you can see over here, I have landed on a square, my blessed message scroll, and it is exactly 6 or 7 spaces away from the special board. So my thought process here is I will go ahead and roll a basic dice, and since the average of all dice rolls is a 6, as basic math says it is, I'm going to hope to land on that special board or that -1, that backspace, and just try to get another roll in or another round completed through that special board. Okay, so I rolled and I did not make it. I actually went 1 over, which is totally okay. Sometimes that happens, but nothing lost, right? So I'm gonna keep rolling, and through the rest of the board, I'm just gonna use my basic rolls and roll freely until I make it to the finish line. If you do get stuck and you didn't get lucky like me landing on that +4, if you do get stuck 3 spaces or 2 spaces away from the finish, then my recommendation is to use an Arcana card that you have an abundance of. So what I do is if I have like 10 +5s or a lot of +5s, I would go ahead and use a +5 even though I only have to move 2 or 3 squares, because then I'm eliminating the use of another roll and the chance of getting a double on that roll. So it's very important to sort of be aware of what you have and what your plan is. Okay, so now we are on the second board, and on this board I'm going to use my my double 2 dice that I got from my last board, which can be collected through your Black Spirit safe, and then you have to claim it in your inventory. But I'm going to use my double 2 dice to land on those double 3s right over there, which is going to end up being a rinse and repeat sort of situation. Those double 3s will then be used on the first board to get my double 2s, and then you can infinitely do that. You will always have a supply of 2s and 3s this way. After that, I will continue to move on using my basic dice, as this is also the shortest board. Oh, I got lucky there with my double 6s. So we'll continue moving on. But yeah, so this is the shortest board in all of the Black Spirit boards. So we will just try to roll freely through them as fast as we can. And here I decided that I was counting. I was like, I could use an Arcana card, but I don't want to waste one. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll and just see what I get. And I got a 6, like I said, is the average. Okay, so now we are on the very last board, and this is the longest board. The first thing I'm going to want to do here is use a +1 Arcana if you have one. Very useful. Go ahead and use that. And then afterwards, once you get your double 6s, you're going to want to use a Cosmos Cataclysm. This Cosmos Cataclysm will put you anywhere on the board, so it is very, very good to use on this board, as you can eliminate some squares. You ultimately want to move at least to that magic tanning knife right over there, which is, I believe, 18 or 19 spaces away, because then it will be your most useful. As you've gotten the double 12s, you would add 6 to that as the average of your bonus roll, plus that +1 that you've moved forward. That would be 19, and so you'd want to go at least that far on your Cosmos Cataclysm so that you can make the most use of it, that far or further. I, however, got unlucky and I didn't go that far, but I still moved up some squares, so hey, it's all good. After that, I will continue to roll freely, and over here I got lucky and got another card, so yay for me. Hopefully you got lucky too. But we'll just continue rolling after that. But over here I did decide that I was going to use my doubles. And the reason for this is because I started thinking, I was like, okay, so if I roll my double sixes, I will go ahead and reach this magic fluid collector. After that, as we talked about earlier, the next roll is going to be an average of 6. So I'm more likely to get a 6. Well, I'm averaging, I'm gonna get a 6. And with that, 6 spaces from that fluid collector will be another dice roll. And so this is sort of a gamble, a risk that I took and was hoping it would work out for me. Unfortunately, it did not work out and I ended up not getting it, which is fine. I will just continue rolling freely until I finish the board. So now let's go over the special board. So the main goal of the special board is to reach that Caphra Stone Bundle 2. So you can do some math and figure out what you need to get there, but I will tell you it is 16 spaces away from the starting square. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my +4 Arcana card in order to move up 4 squares, and then I'm going to use my I'm gonna use a nice fluke in order to double my next roll. And with that, I'm going to use my double sixes with my nice fluke so I can get double of the Caphra Stone Bundle 2. If you don't have a nice fluke, it's totally fine. You can still do the same thing. And if you don't have your double sixes or a +4 Arcana, then you can go ahead and use a different doubles dice, like a 1, 2, or a 3 to sort of get closer to that Caphra Stone Bundle 2, and then use an Arcana that you have to sort of get yourself on there. That's pretty much the goal of the special board. After you've gotten the Caphra Stone Bundle 2, then you can go ahead and roll freely until you finish the board. Something that I do want to mention is if you are getting close to landing on a card square or a card tile and you have some Arcana cards that you don't really want, or you kind of want to trade them in for a different Arcana card, you can go ahead and use that Arcana card to get on that card square, and from there see what you get and sort of rinse and repeat. But I would only use that on like 6s and 5s if you have an abundance of them. So that is the end of my mini guide on how I like to do my Black Spirit Adventure board. If you found this information useful, then yay, I'm very, very happy. And if you also have your own strategy or your own sort of technique of how you like to do it, please feel free to leave that in the comments down below and share it with all of us. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.